Good evening everyone, it's me. Now this is my new channel name. It's now called Spirit Fairweather. So you're looking in tonight on Spirit Fairweather. Okay, and you're probably thinking what you changed the name for, but I didn't want to use my own name, you know what I mean? I wanted something a bit more creative, so that's why I changed it to Spirit Fairweather, because that's my nickname on Facebook as well. So there you go, that's why I changed the name. So, but tonight is my local card reading night. I should have done it Friday, but I'd been doing other things during the day, and I've been chatting with a friend on Friday. So by the time we finished chatting and stuff and catching up and everything, it was a bit too late to do a YouTube video. So I thought I'll do it tonight instead. So you know, so I do apologise if you were looking forward to it on Friday, but I'm doing it tonight instead. Okay, so we're going to crack on with the reading, and again I'm going to use my psychic oracle cards. Okay, and tonight I'm going to do my 3 cards top layer, 3 cards bottom layer, and I'm only going to pick out 1 chakra card for tonight. Okay, and possibly a couple of dragon cards as well, I'll say. Okay. But maybe next week when I do my YouTube video on all cards, I might use a different deck. Excuse me. Okay, so let's see what the cards hold for us tonight. Give them a quick shuffle. And also, I hope everyone's okay. I will be saying that line as well every week. Hoping everyone's okay, because 1, because of what's going on in the world and everything, and 2, I'd like to just generally ask how you all are and how you're all feeling and things like that. So yeah, and if you do want to comment, please comment below and all the rest of it, and hopefully you'll all like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, excuse me. So I've shuffled the cards. Okay, and I'm going to pick out 3 cards for the top layer, 3 for the bottom layer, and then I'll see what happens with the reading from there. Okay, I like to put my hand on my cards a moment so I can get a mental ask, if you like, from my guides to help. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's all sorted. All good, all good. So, in fact, actually, I'll lay them over to the side. Not directly in front of me for a change. Second card. Third card. Now for the second layer cards. Oh my days, that all flew out my hand then. Flipping neck, it was like whoosh. Maybe that one wanted to be picked, but we'll soon see, won't we? But again, excuse the state of the background and all that. You know, like I say, I haven't got that kind of money where I can afford backdrops and big cameras and big lights and all that, and sound mics and all that. You know what I mean? So just bear with me on that. And I'm quite new to doing regular YouTube videos, to be honest. Because when you're a mum, you know what I mean, YouTube videos take second place in a sense. You know what I mean? I can only do when I can do it. So there you go. And also as well, while I'm picking out my cards, I want to thank Tim or Tom on my comments so far I've had off him, saying that I'll do really good content, keep up the good work. So thank you for that, whoever you are. I don't know what you look like. I don't know if you've subscribed or not, Tim or Tom, whichever name it is. If you would like to tell me in the comments after this video, that'd be fantastic. Okay, now let's hope these cards match up so I can make a story out of them for you. Obviously a true story. Okay, now I'm going to do what I did it last week, which is like a past, present and future reading, okay? Oh, nice. Okay, so like I always say, that if these cards don't resonate with you, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's fine. That's absolutely fine. But hopefully, somewhere along my readings, that they do offer some comfort, or they do resonate with you and things like that. So the first layer card, or the top layer card, the first card is spiritual strength. Okay. Actually, the cards match up nicely together. What I've pulled tonight, which is a bonus. Spiritual strength, and that's a nice card. The second card in the layer, on the top layer, is emotional loss. Okay. And the third card on the top layer is love begins. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Okay. So, and then the bottom layer, I'll do the bottom layer, okay, is the first card on the bottom layer is wisdom. Okay. The second card is disruption. Oh dear, not so good. But the third card and final card out the two layers is balance. Okay. Now I'm going to do like I did last week, past, present and future. Okay. Not too distant future, not near future sort of happenings, things like that. So in the past then, okay, maybe you started to evolve in your spiritual awakening, spiritual path and things like that, and or you had something happen and you found spirituality or whatever, or you gained strength from your spiritual path or faith or whatever you believe in, okay, and whatever you've had to come against or come up against in the past, that spirituality or your faith or your religious views or your path of whatever you decide to be on, okay, your journey, right, you've gained strength via that believing in something will make do good for you, basically. It's a case of like, for example, if something's gone wrong, okay, then you've obviously, you know, prayed to your deity of choice, or you've asked for guidance from angels, or you've asked for guidance from your ancestors, or things like that. If you're into that kind of thing, I mean, I know I am. Obviously, I've got dragons and things like that, and I've got my grandparents as well, and I've got in the odd deity might pass through and come by and all the rest of it. But all I'm saying is that what I'm getting from the cards, right, and don't forget this is just a general guidance reading for everybody, okay, whoever tunes in and stuff, and who wants to like and subscribe, is that if you, from what's happened in the past, you've had to go through something like emotional or change of life situation for you to be like, oh yeah, and have that bing moment, and you've either become awakened, or you've always been a spiritual person, but you've actually asked for guidance along the way to help you through difficult times or new challenges or different challenges or exciting challenges even, you know what I mean? So it's not all doom and gloom, you know what I mean? So it's a case of, you know, so, but that's quite nice, that's quite a nice card. So with that, right, because you've learned, and I picked this up last week, this wisdom card, and I do apologise for that, but that's how it came out, okay, is because of what you've experienced back then, okay, and you've asked for guidance along the way to help you through, right, and what have you, right, you've gained the wisdom from it, right? So you won't repeat it. You've learned from your mistakes. You've learned how to cope with something. You've learned how to deal with whatever situation you've been put in before, okay? And that's where the wisdom comes in, okay? So, and that's all you can say on that card. So, but moving on swiftly to the second card, okay? In the present state at the moment, right? If any of you or if anyone's come across any kind of loss of a family member, or um, or it's a bit of a hard one, this card, because I don't want to make anyone upset because of what, you know what I mean. And I'm trying to choose my words without upsetting anyone. But if you've had to overcome, it's not just a grieving for somebody. You can grieve in people in many ways. You can grieve for a loss of a friendship. You can grieve over a death of a loved one. You can grieve over a death of a pet. You can grieve over a loss of your job that you really loved. You know what I mean? And or it's a multitude of things. Okay, but then, you know, it will get better. You know what I mean? It will get better, and then that'll follow on with the next card. Okay, but whilst you've been dealing with what, you've been dealing with at the moment, right? There has been some disruption. Okay, um, and you might feel as if you've got a battle on your hands and things like that. But all I'm saying is you will get through it. Whatever the situation is, that you've had some kind of emotional loss, okay? I've had some myself, right? I'm not going to go into it, but I've had some myself, and the disruption can come in many forms. It can come in the form of disruption to mental health, disruption in your physical health, your disruption in your spiritual health, because you might be thinking, well, I've done this, I've done that, what have I got to show for it, and all the rest. And you could get mad, you could get this, you could have a whole range of emotions going on, and all the rest of it. It could also mean as well that you've had to experience something awful for you to, in the spiritual sense, okay, right, and it's like, oh, and you're like, you know what I mean? But it'll pass. It will come to an end, and there is light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Okay. So, but I can't say anything more than that without upsetting anyone. I don't upset anyone. So, but I'll move on from that middle section, okay? Because I don't like to really do bad news or bad cards or bad readings or heavy duty things like that, you know what I mean? I like to keep it light and airy for everybody, but sometimes life's not like that. Life can bring you hardship, can give you grief, can give you discomfort, pain, and all that. So, obviously, whatever I pull out in the cards, I've got to talk about, okay? So, that's why I've talked about it, but I didn't want to dwell on to that, because you don't dwell on the present. You don't dwell, you can't dwell on the future either, but you can't dwell on the past. But it's no good dwelling on and being stuck in the present, okay? You got to try and move forward, and it does take time. I'm not saying you got to rush anything or anything like, but you know, it's, you know what I mean. I'm trying to be as gentle as possible with the reading that I'm giving tonight. I wished I didn't pull those two cards, but unfortunately that's how it comes, and that's what I'd rather do. I'd rather go, oh no, I can't have those cards, reshuffle them and pull out another lot. I don't do that. Whatever comes out, that's it, and I have to portray that as best as possible in my YouTube videos. Oh, excuse me, pardon me, sorry about that. I'm burping away. So I'm moving on to the third card, which is Love Begins, and that's the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel I was on about, because it's not just a case of finding love, it's in a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife scenario, or whatever, right? But all I'm saying is that it could like be a renewed faith, you know, and that you've got a new passion about something, you've got a new love of something, you've got a new, you might come across a new interesting partner sort of thing, you know what I mean? There might be a new connection with another person and things like that. You could, for example, me and another friend, okay, I won't say who they are, but all I'm saying is I knew them, but now I know them better. I've got more feelings for them, you know what I mean? Not like that. I mean like in a friendship way, you know what I mean? I've got to know them better, basically. So in that sense, in that scenario, I knew them ages ago and all that, and since we've got talking and all the rest of it, we've become quite close. Okay, so you know what I mean. So it's not just a case of um, finding love in a romantic way. You could find, you could love, you could have a child and you love that child, obviously, right, and bond with it and things like that, or you know what I mean. And also in the card, it shows that like the 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 hands are holding a bowl with the water, showing a waterfall and it's flowing into a river. Okay, well obviously the river is forever flowing, so you're always going to have that nice flow of something happening, something good coming your way. You know what I mean? So now to put it in a whole perspective, you've dealt with something in the past, okay, and you've relied on your spirituality or your faith or your religious views or your deity of choice or whatever to pull you through that, okay, and you've learnt from things that have happened in the past. So then moving on from that, you've had, and whilst you've been coming through that, you've had to deal with what's going on still at the moment. You're still in the tail end of the emotional loss, which could mean an emotional grief in the family, or grief of losing your best friend, or any kind of situation where you've had an emotional connection to something and something's gone awry and something's gone up in the air, you can still, you know what I mean, have that loss feeling in you, you know what I mean? And then obviously there's the disruption in the middle of it all. But then moving forward past all that, then the light at the end of the tunnel is where things have started to get better, and you'll start to feel like, yeah, you know what I mean? We all have our life lessons, we all have lessons to learn, and all the rest of it, you know what I mean? But then saying that, once you've reached that point, okay, that's where things will come into balance, okay, and that's where the balance card comes in, okay. Um, so you know it's and always try and remember everything's always swings and roundabouts, ups and downs. You know what I mean? You're not going to be like that. You know what I mean? You're going to go through life like this. You know what I mean? So but always find that balance in your life. You know what I mean? And it's hard. Don't get me wrong, because I find it hard. You know what I mean? But I'm working on it at the moment. You know what I mean? But this, like I say, this is just a general reading for everybody, and hopefully it'll resonate with you. If not, don't worry. Yeah, it doesn't have to resonate with everybody that sees these videos, but hopefully it resonates with some. You know what I mean? Um, so that's the cards that came out to play tonight. So I'm going to pick out one chakra card, and I'm going to do something different with them. I'm just going to shuffle them very quickly because there's not many cards. There's only 7 of them. Okay, and I'm going to just pick one. Not with my hand. You know what I mean? I'm not going to use the energy off my left hand, but I'm going to just pick one out of whatever did these. I'm going to pick one out the little pile. Okay. So I don't want to go on too long, you know what I mean? So, what chakra? I'm going to... Now, on this one, I'm going to redo it because I wasn't happy with that chakra. It's the one I don't know much about, which is my fault, to be honest. If I pick it again, I'll go mad. I'm not having it. I'm not picking that one. There you go. You might think, oh, you cheat, but I'd rather pick a chakra that I know more about than piss arse about with the. So it was a cycle chakra card, right? And I've still got I can't give it. I just can't. About computing yet what that chakra could mean. So if anybody who's watching this knows what that chakra means in depth, please comment below. You know what I mean? And please help me. And when I post it on my page, after and everything, when I've loaded it up and stuff, if you want to comment on that as well, go for it. You know what I mean? Just somebody help me on that darn chakra for the love of Meme, you know what I mean? Meme is my dragon. She's the red dragon goddess. Okay. But the card I did choose in the end, and that's what I'm saying, I wasn't quite happy with that card, so I'd rather be honest with you with why I didn't choose that card and all that, and I'd rather pick a chakra that I knew. So obviously, me picking it how I didn't work, did it? Because I copped a blinding on that, right? But anyway, but tonight's chakra card is the throat chakra. Okay, and hopefully by now you'll have, if you've been watching and everything, the throat chakra is obviously to do with your mouth and obviously here. And in the physical sense, if you've ever had any throat problems or during all this you've had problems with coughs and things like that, or your voice, or you've lost your voice due to a cold or what have you, do your best to get it sorted out. You know what I mean? Don't leave it to chance or whatever, and look after yourself basically. On the spiritual sense, the throat chakra means that you need to start speaking your truth and speaking as you find, okay, and don't be frightened to do that, because like I've said many times when I've come across this chakra card to other people I've read for, right, if someone's telling you you can't do something but you know you can, you tell them to get stuff basically. Say, well, I know what I'm doing, I can and put them in the place. I'll soon shut up. You know what I mean? Or if someone's trying to give you advice, for example, but for some reason you don't want to take their advice because you didn't ask for it, just say, well, mind your business. You know what I mean? But it's not just about the negative side of things, obviously, but it's a case of speak how you find. You know what I mean? That's what it means. That card, in an essence. You know what I mean? Or basically speak your truth, have your opinion heard. Don't be afraid to say your opinion. Don't be frightened to say what you think. Don't be frightened to say how you feel. Don't be frightened about anything. You know what I mean? Make your voice heard. You know, if you're usually the type like I was, I used to be the type that was like, oh no, one wants to listen to me, oh no, and all the rest of it. I've stopped that because I've had help, right? But all I'm saying is, don't be, because you can tie yourself up in knots if you keep everything bottled up or bottled in or whatever, and you go one day you'll go poof like that, and before you know it, you've exploded, and everyone knows the own truths about them, and then they'll be stuck. They'll be like, oh, hang on a minute, we better shut up on her. You know what I mean? Or him, whichever. So all I'm saying is, don't be frightened to open that. You know what I mean? If something's bothering you, tell them. You know what I mean? Or if someone makes you really happy, tell them. Okay? Excuse me, notification there. So that's the cards for today. And I do apologise for the chakra card, but I wasn't going to. I pulled the chakra first, but I didn't want to. I can't deal with that chakra card today because I personally, I can't get it in here as to what that chakra's about, to be honest. So if anyone knows, let me know. You know what I mean? So that's your cards for tonight, my lovelies. And I hope to see you all again next week. I was going to do some other cards, but there's other things I want to do on my own witchcraft tonight. So I'll do some more cards next week with some other cards in. So, but I hope you enjoyed tonight's reading. Sorry if it seemed a bit rushed and whatnot, but hopefully it resonated with you. Like I said, if it didn't resonate with you, that's fine, it doesn't have to. And please, the more subscribers and likes I get, wonderful. And I'm going to share this on my Facebook page as well. Okay, which one day I'll change the name of to one that I prefer. Okay, so bright blessings. See you all again soon. Bye. Bye.